Shortly after my 60th birthday, I had a moment that honestly scared me. I was sitting in my favorite armchair, the one I've had for years, and when I went to get up, I struggled. It wasn't just a random ache, it was this deep feeling of being stuck. My body felt heavy, my energy was gone, and a quiet nagging thought started to creep in. Is this it? Is this just what being over 60 is supposed to feel like? I could see a future of slowing down, of watching life from the sidelines, of my world just getting smaller, and I absolutely refused to accept that. I knew I had more living to do, more adventures to experience, and more memories to make. So, I challenged myself. I decided to adopt 8 specific habits, not as some quick fix, but as a whole new way of living. In this video, I'm going to share how those changes completely turned my physical and mental health around. This isn't just a list, it's the blueprint that took me from feeling old and tired to feeling more vibrant and alive than I did in my 50s. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it too. The first thing I had to do was face my own inertia. Let's be honest, the couch was comfortable and the thought of exercising felt like climbing a mountain. But I knew deep down that a body at rest stays at rest, and mine was resting its way into a corner. So the most important habit, the one that became the foundation for everything else, was simply to stay active. My journey started with a simple, non-negotiable promise to myself, a 15-minute walk every single day. Some days it was just a slow shuffle around the block. My joints ached, I got out of breath, but I did it. Rain or shine, feeling it or not, I walked. That consistency was the whole secret, and the science on this is clear. Regular exercise after 60 is essential for keeping the muscle mass we naturally lose with age, a condition called sarcopenia. It boosts heart health, strengthens bones, and dramatically improves your balance and flexibility, which is your #1 defense against a life-altering fall. Slowly, that 15-minute walk turned into 30 minutes. I started noticing little things, feeling a bit less stiff in the morning. The grocery bags didn't feel quite as heavy. I felt that flicker of energy again. So I added more. I bought a set of light resistance bands and started doing simple strength exercises while I watched the news. Bicep curls, leg lifts, seated rows. You don't need a fancy gym. Cans of soup or your own body weight work just fine. I also discovered gentle yoga on YouTube, which worked wonders for my flexibility and that chronic tightness in my back. The change wasn't just physical, the mental boost was incredible. That daily walk became my time to think, to work through problems, to just be grateful. On days I felt down or stressed, movement was my medicine. It cut through the mental fog and replaced it with a feeling of accomplishment. This was never about becoming some elite athlete. It was about getting back the freedom to move through my own life with confidence. And it all started by just putting on my shoes and walking out the door. For years I ate based on habit, convenience, and comfort. A pastry for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, whatever was quick for dinner. I never connected that what I was putting on my plate was a major reason for my fatigue, joint pain, and brain fog. My second habit was a total game changer, switching to a balanced, nutrient-dense diet. Our nutritional needs really change as we get older. Our metabolism slows down, so we need fewer calories, but our need for key nutrients like protein and calcium actually goes up. The goal is to get the most bang for your nutritional buck with every single bite. My first move was just to be honest with myself. I wasn't eating a ton of junk food, but my diet was full of processed stuff, hidden sugars, and not nearly enough of the good things. I made a conscious choice to start seeing food as fuel. I started with one simple rule: add color to every plate. That simple trick naturally pushed me toward more fruits and vegetables, which are loaded with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants our bodies need to fight off illness and inflammation. Protein became a huge priority. Losing muscle as we age is a real threat to our independence, and studies show that spreading protein intake throughout the day is the best way to fight it. Instead of a tiny bit of protein for breakfast and a huge steak for dinner, I aimed for about 30 grams of protein with each meal. That looked like Greek yogurt or eggs in the morning, grilled chicken or a bean salad for lunch, and fish or lentils for dinner. That one tweak made a huge difference in my energy and kept me feeling full, which cut down on mindless snacking. I also became a label reader. I started watching out for sodium and added sugars, which are famous for contributing to high blood pressure and other chronic diseases, and I made sure to get plenty of healthy fats from avocados, nuts, and olive oil, which are so important for brain health. Lastly, I made hydration a mission. I carried a water bottle everywhere. Being properly hydrated is vital for everything from digestion to energy, and so many of us forget about it. This wasn't a diet. It was a delicious upgrade that started healing my body from the inside out. For a long time, I kind of wore my lack of sleep like a badge of honor. I'll sleep when I'm dead, I used to joke. But after 60, those sleepless nights started to catch up with me. Big time. I was irritable, my memory felt fuzzy, and I was just physically drained. My third habit was to finally treat sleep not as a luxury but as a non-negotiable part of my health. Sleep quality often goes down with age, but our need for it doesn't. Experts recommend 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep for older adults to support your immune system, cognitive health, and emotional balance. When you're asleep, your body and brain are working hard to repair, restore, and lock in memories. Skimping on sleep was like trying to run a marathon after not eating for a week. I was setting myself up to fail. To fix my sleep, I had to get serious about my routine. The first rule was consistency. I committed to going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day, even on weekends. This helped reset my body's internal clock, signaling to my brain when it was time to power down. Next, I turned my bedroom into a sleep sanctuary. I got blackout curtains to make the room pitch dark. I kept the temperature cool and made the bedroom a strict no-screen zone. That blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs is known to mess with melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. So instead of scrolling, I created a relaxing bedtime ritual. About an hour before bed, I'd dim the lights, maybe have a cup of herbal tea, and read an actual physical book. Sometimes I'd listen to calming music or a guided meditation. This didn't work overnight. For the first week or two, I still tossed and turned a bit, but I stuck with it, and slowly but surely my body got the message. I started falling asleep faster and staying asleep longer. The difference was like night and day. I woke up feeling genuinely refreshed. My mind was clearer, my mood was better, and I had the energy to actually take on the day. It turns out one of the most productive things you can do for your health is absolutely nothing, as long as you're doing it sound asleep. This journey wasn't just about my body, my mind and emotions needed a serious tune-up. I was a chronic worrier, and the stress was just eating me alive, leaving me anxious and mentally exhausted. My fourth habit was a 2-for-1 deal. Actively manage my stress and intentionally exercise my brain. Chronic stress is just toxic. It floods your body with hormones that can wreck your health over time. For me, stress felt like a permanent knot in my shoulders and a non-stop loop of what-ifs playing in my head. I had to find an off-ramp for all that mental traffic. My solution was mindfulness and meditation. I started with just 5 minutes a day. I'd find a quiet spot, close my eyes, and just focus on my breath. It was hard at first. My mind would wander all over the place. But the point of meditation isn't to have a perfectly empty mind. It's to notice when your mind has wandered and gently bring it back. Using a guided meditation app was a huge help. These short sessions taught me how to observe my thoughts without judging them, which was incredibly freeing. Practices like mindfulness and even simple deep breathing are proven to lower anxiety and improve mental clarity. The other half of this habit was keeping my brain challenged. Just like our muscles, our brain needs a workout to stay sharp. It's all about building what scientists call cognitive reserve. So, I committed to being a lifelong learner. I started doing the daily crossword puzzle. I checked out books from the library on topics I knew nothing about. I signed up for a free online course on art history. I even started learning a few words of Italian for a trip I was dreaming about. Things like reading, puzzles, or learning a new skill give your brain the stimulation it needs and can even help delay or prevent cognitive decline. This combination was a powerhouse. The mindfulness calmed the static in my head, while the learning gave my brain something positive and productive to do. My memory got better, I felt less rattled by daily annoyances, and I rediscovered a sense of curiosity I thought I'd lost years ago. If any of this is hitting home for you, if you're feeling like it's time for a change, I want to ask you something. Which of these habits we've talked about so far feels like the one you need most right now? Is it moving your body, changing your food, getting real sleep, or calming your mind? Let me know in the comments below. Hearing about your own journey is what builds this amazing community and keeps us all going. And if you're getting something out of this, please hit that like button so more people who need this message can find it. After my husband passed and with the kids grown and busy with their own lives, my world started to feel small. Days could go by without me having a real, meaningful conversation with anyone. I was discovering that loneliness is a silent epidemic among older adults, and it's more than a sad feeling, it's a genuine health risk. My fifth habit, and maybe the most joyful one, was to actively rebuild my social life. Research shows that people with strong social connections live longer, have better health, and are more resilient when life gets tough. Socializing protects against depression and helps keep your mind sharp. I realized I couldn't just sit around waiting for the phone to ring. I had to be the one to pick it up. I started small. I made a list of old friends I hadn't talked to in ages and promised myself I'd call one person every week. Those conversations were like watering a thirsty plant. We'd laugh, share old stories, and support each other through whatever we were dealing with now. It was a powerful reminder that I wasn't the only one feeling this way. Then I pushed myself a little further out of my comfort zone. I started looking for things to do in my community. I found a book club at the library. I started volunteering at the local animal shelter a couple of times a week. I even joined a community garden. All of a sudden my calendar had things on it I actually looked forward to. I was meeting new people who shared my interests. These activities weren't just filling time, they were filling my soul. Laughing with my book club, seeing a dog's tail wag on our walk, trading gardening tips with a neighbor, these moments were the antidote to loneliness. They gave me a real sense of purpose and belonging. We're wired to be social creatures. Rebuilding my social web was just as critical as rebuilding my physical strength. It reminded me that a healthy life isn't just about what's not wrong with you, it's about the presence of joy, connection, and community. For many years I practiced what I now call ostrich medicine. If I didn't feel sick, I just assumed everything was fine and I avoided the doctor like the plague. I was completely reactive. But as we age, our risk for chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure goes way up. My sixth habit was to stop burying my head in the sand and take charge of my health by embracing regular checkups. Catching things early is absolutely key to your quality of life and how long you live. I finally understood that my doctor wasn't someone to see only when I was sick, but a partner in keeping me healthy. I started by scheduling a full physical, something I hadn't done in way too long, and I went in prepared. I wrote down a list of my concerns, any new aches or pains, and all the medications and supplements I was taking. Having that open conversation with my doctor was so empowering. We went over my blood pressure and cholesterol, and we made sure I was up to date on important vaccinations like the flu and pneumonia shots, which are especially crucial for older adults. I also scheduled those other important screenings that are so easy to put off: the eye exam, the dental checkup, and anything else that was age-appropriate. I even started a simple health journal, just jotting down any symptoms or changes I noticed, which made my talks with the doctor so much more productive. Taking this proactive stance shifted my mindset from fear to control. Instead of worrying about what might be wrong, I was taking real steps to protect myself. It gave me incredible peace of mind to know I had a baseline, a plan, and a professional partner on my team. Your health is your single greatest asset, and being the active manager of it is the most important investment you can ever make. As I was building all these new, positive habits, I realized something else. I also had to get rid of the things that were holding me back. My seventh habit was to take a hard, honest look at my life and ditch the routines that were secretly aging me and sabotaging all my hard work. For me, the biggest culprit was my nightly glass, or two, of wine. It started as a way to unwind at the end of the day, but it had become a crutch. It was messing with my sleep, adding empty calories and leaving me feeling sluggish the next morning. While a little alcohol might be fine for some, I had to admit it was doing me more harm than good. Limiting alcohol as we get older is a major key to better health. Another habit I had to break was my own pessimism. I had gotten into a bad habit of complaining, of always focusing on what was wrong instead of what was right. That kind of chronic negativity isn't just emotionally draining, it has physical consequences. Cultivating a positive outlook, on the other hand, is directly linked to better health and even a longer life. So I started a simple gratitude practice. Every night before bed, I'd write down 3 things from the day that I was thankful for. Some days it was something big, like a great phone call with my daughter. Other days it was as simple as the taste of my morning coffee or the feeling of the sun on my face. This tiny act started to literally rewire my brain. I began automatically looking for the good in my day. This process of letting go is different for everybody. For you, it might be quitting smoking, which is the single best thing you can do for your health at any age. For someone else, it might be cutting back on TV time or processed foods. It just takes a moment of honest reflection to see what's not serving you anymore, and then making the choice to release its hold on your life. It's about making space for the good stuff to really take root and grow. After putting all these other changes into practice, I felt physically stronger and mentally sharper than I had in decades. But there was still one missing piece. My final habit, the one that really tied everything together, was to live with a sense of purpose. Now this doesn't mean you have to go out and save the world. Purpose can be found in small, everyday things. It's the why that gets you out of bed in the morning. After years of focusing on my career and raising a family, I had to actually rediscover what brought me joy and meaning. I reconnected with old hobbies I had let slide. I dusted off my old camera and started taking pictures again, not for anyone else but just for the sheer pleasure of capturing the beauty I saw around me. I realized my community garden wasn't just about growing vegetables. It was about nurturing life and sharing what I grew with my neighbors. My purpose became about creation, connection, and contribution, all in my own small way. Study after study shows that having a positive attitude and engaging in meaningful activities is linked to a longer, healthier life. A sense of purpose keeps you resilient when you face setbacks. It gives you a reason to stick with all the other healthy habits. When you have something to look forward to, whether it's seeing your garden bloom, finishing a painting, or meeting your friends for coffee, it's so much easier to choose to eat well, move your body, and get a good night's sleep. Living with purpose is about embracing this chapter of life not as an ending, but as a new beginning that's full of potential. It's about shifting your focus from what you've lost to what you have to give. This mindset has been the single most profound change of all. It's the inner light that fuels my vitality every single day. When I look back at the person I was right after my 60th birthday, tired, scared, feeling like my best years were over, I barely recognize her. This journey wasn't magic, and it certainly wasn't always easy, but every single step was worth it. These 8 habits, moving your body, fueling it right, prioritizing sleep, challenging your mind, nurturing connections, being proactive with your health, letting go of bad habits, and living with purpose. They aren't just a set of rules. They are a roadmap to reclaiming your energy, your health, and your joy for life, especially after 60. The person you see today didn't happen by accident. She happened by choice. One small, intentional choice at a time. And that's the most important thing I want you to take away from this. It is never, ever too late to completely transform your life. You hold the pen, you get to write the next chapter of your story. Don't feel like you have to tackle everything at once. Just pick one single habit. Maybe it's the daily walk, maybe it's calling an old friend. Commit to that one thing for 1 week. Start small, and let that one little success build your momentum. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this story helped you, please share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on how to live your healthiest, most vibrant life at any age. Remember, your best years are not behind you, they're right now waiting for you to claim them.